Everyone, and welcome to third place coverage here at the FINA Women's Intercontinental Tournament, Canada and China. Along with James Smith, Greg Meskel here with you. It's China in the dark caps, Canada in the white, and an exclusion to start things off here on the first possession for China. They work it around the perimeter as China. Both teams here have already qualified for the super final. Sides coming even once again, but a goal nonetheless. China scores it from Shang Kong.
No shortage of really good shooters on the Chinese team today. That's what the Canadians are going to be trying to shut down. Meanwhile, one of the really great centers in the tournament, here we see her taking place for the Canadians as a logbow.
Canada head coach David Paradello back after sitting out yesterday's match from a red card on Friday. Going up against China and Ricardo Azevedo. His team will host the World League Super Final this June in Shanghai. They try and go inside, and the ball's tipped away and stolen. And China comes up with it. China starting their backup keeper, Piang Lin, in goal, while Canada goes with their normal starter, Jessica Gaudreau.
She had a pretty short stint yesterday, getting pulled reasonably early in their game. See how long she takes today.
And the ball turns over here on the perimeter. And then an exclusion in transition. It's on number 8 for China, Shang Kong, so she has a goal, and now she's kicked out. Power play here for Canada. Bakazi, that's tipped away. Piang Lin tips that one out.
A logbow was open right on the post on that side. I think they might regret not having given her that ball.
Third place game here, our championship match to follow, Australia and Team USA at around 12:40 p.m. Central Time here. Christine Robinson. Ordinary called. Robinson goes off the bar and out. And a rebound controlled by China. Sides are even.
3-3 by the Canadians. A very quick shot by Robinson.
Here's China in transition. An ordinary call there. They'll look back inside, looking to turn, and an exclusion. So Sun Yat-ting working in low, draws the exclusion on Robinson.
Sun Yat-ting, who was so active against the Japanese so far, also, and a very veteran, savvy player. She's already earned that exclusion.
And China answers. Nu Guanan hitting. Able to connect from the perimeter.
Just one of the several really effective shooters on the Chinese side.
These two teams met on Thursday evening, and it was a high-scoring affair. Canada outlasting China 15-14. That was in regulation. A shovel pass inside and controlled there by China. So China off to a good start here. Ahead 2-0.
Yeah, Logbo got to the ball so quickly, but then had all the pace taken off that shot as she turned.
Had a play on the attempt from the perimeter. That's Wang Jinyan. Monica Eggins now. That's tipped out. Piang Lin able to rise up and tip it away.
Eggins is such a good shooter, but they're matched up against really one of the most highly regarded goalkeepers in the tournament.
An exclusion called, a big grab of the suit from Zhao Zihan on a power play here for Canada, looking for their first goal. Bakazi. Here's Fournier. Emma Wright, that one punched out towards mid-pool. Field block from New Guanan.
Her wind almost hit us. It's so big.
Power play is over. Sides are even. Here's Bakazi. She's off the bar and a rebound to China, so Canada can't buy one here in the first half of the first quarter.
And a little tentative with these shots, a little bit high on the cage.
Shot clock to 5 for China. A few fakes and defense there. Good job by Wright and Eggins to come over and force the turn.
Really, yeah, she got so shut down on that shot, there was really not much for her to do, and by the time she made any decision at all, 2 defenders knocked her down.
Bakazi now advancing the ball for Canada. She'll take a look, a logboat now. Shot clock to 3. Where are they going to go? Bakazi will let fly. And Piang Lin lets that one go off the crossbar and out of play. And China can regroup here. Under 3 to play in the first quarter.
A lot of off-balance shooting right so far by the Canadians. I don't suspect that's going to last for the rest of the game.
China now moving in. And that off the mark. New Guanan, I think, just lost the grip there.
Yeah.
Put it high. Dangerous pass back by Logbo as Gaudreau was out of the cage, but was able to go and get it. Now here's Eggins in transition. She'll give it a look, and Piang Lin get enough of that to tip it off the post, so a strong start here for the backup keeper for China.
Yeah, this goalkeeping tandem for the Chinese is actually has a pretty high reputation among coaches on the deck here.
Zhao Zihan moving into the offensive end. 2:07 to play. First quarter, they try to go over the top to spot Song Dong Loon, but it's tipped away. And Joel Bakazi comes up with it.
Yep, referee indicating that pass was just way too far over the target's head for that to be considered a foul of any kind.
Alagbo moving in. Bakazi on the lob. That's off the post, but not enough of the ball crossing over. China coming up with the stop and a timeout called by Ricardo Azevedo. Unhappy with something as he's talking to the officials. Mr. Rodriguez from Brazil there on the far side. Mr. Orikasa from Japan, the near side official.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the pace that suits either one of these teams. It's not as though they're not capable of getting up and down the pool, but really coming to a point where there's really a lack of organization on both sides, offensively and defensively, with this kind of back and forth. So Ricardo Azevedo takes a timeout.
We talked about this yesterday, but this China team in the best position of any team here this week in Texas, and that they have already secured spots for both the big events this year, the Super Final and the Olympic Games.
Right, we know that Coach Azevedo has made it pretty clear that he's playing some of his younger athletes. They have a pipeline just as all the other teams do, and having qualified already gives them the opportunity to do so at a fairly low risk.
China trying to break free on the perimeter. A pretty good grab there from Axel Crevier.
Letting him play, yeah.
Inside this time, and they won't let that go on. A kick out against Robinson. That's her second, so 2 quick ones there on Christine Robinson here in the first quarter. On a power play for Canada, for China. 1:15 to go in the first. China leads 2-0. That's deflected on the way through, and they kill off the power play.
That could be some trouble for the Canadians. She's a very effective shooter, Christina Robinson.
Carmen Eggins swings to Dominique Perot. Ordinary called. It'll stay with Canada. Shot clock 10 or under a minute to go in the first quarter. Ball near side. Kelly McKee dunks it in and a steal. May Chauhan coming up with that one.
Not what I think the Canadians are looking for in the front court.
No, sir.
Two players posted up really within shoulders distance apart. Defenders have a huge advantage on that occasion.
Ball will turn over. Offensive foul there, and then Canada will use their timeout with just 17 seconds to play in the first quarter. Canada still looking for their first goal here. They've been able to score the ball throughout the week. We talked about the first meeting. 2-0 right now does not lead you to believe that we're headed back to a 15-14 final, although anything can happen here in Louisville. But Canada, if you look at their scores, yes, they were shut down by Australia at Team USA, 11-2 and then 14-4. But otherwise, they have generally been in double figures. Beat Brazil 14-7. Of course, they beat China 15-14. They beat Japan 19-10.
Yeah, you don't see this this drought lasting terribly long. They've gotten the ball on the cage, or at least close to it. And now it's just a matter of, it's almost like settling their nerves. Hard to believe that a team this experienced, although there's a mix of veterans and newcomers, is nervous. It's just that they've got to get their legs under them, I think, a little bit better.
So final possession here for Canada. Robinson's back out there carrying 2 fouls. Presuming she will pick up an exclusion here on offense. Eggins into a Logbo. Nice turn. And she's dragged down from behind, and an exclusion will be called against China. Now just 3 seconds left. Alogbo in close, and they score it. Christina Alogbo as time expires on the power play goal. And Canada gets on the board here as we come to the end of the first. So a 2-1 lead for China, but Canada answers late. So we will take a timeout and come back with the start of the second quarter. You're watching the FINA Women's Intercontinental Tournament live from Louisville, Texas.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
Second quarter underway here on the opening sprint. And it's Canada there looking to build off the end of last period, getting a power play goal from Christina Logbo as time expired. To get on the board here, they trailed China 2-1. This is the third place match of the FINA Women's Intercontinental Tournament. Thanks for joining us here. Don't forget, when you're talking social media, with this event, use the hashtag FINA Texas, and don't miss out on a brand new episode of the Counterattack this Wednesday, where we'll have highlights from this event. A logbow in close, and that is off the bar, and a rebound to China.
She's so strong. A logbow earned the ejection at the end of the last quarter and then was able to put away a squeaker just getting past the goalkeeper as time expired.
On the other end, Gaudreau is there. Skip shot attempt, and it's knocked down. Jiang Lin with the save. On the other end now, China looking to rally. Ahead by 1. Jiang Lin with 5 saves now for China in this one. Shot clock to 4. From the outside, Gaudreau knocks it down. A logbow on the move. She'll go cross cage, just tipped out of play, and it will come back in at 2 meters.
Very solid in the cage here for the Chinese.
A breather to tie up the cap, and now some instructions to cut out some of the extracurricular activities at 2 meters. And so much for all of that, as an exclusion called immediately on China and Wang Junyan. Here's a logbow. Canada looking to tie. Fournier. Here's Dominique Perrault. They work it around. Shea Fournier's field blocked. Back to a logbow. Perrault comes free, has a good look, and puts it home. We're tied at 2, 2 straight for Canada.
She's almost fortunate she made that shot. She had all sorts of space to take it and hesitated a little bit, only had a short period of time in order to get it done, and did so just barely.
Yeah, dropped the ball there initially, able to regather and go. China had held a 2-0 lead. Canada's come back with 2 straight. Lob attempt, Gaudreau leaping left. Monica Eggins, China scrambling on defense here. Bakazi will have some room to work.
Yeah, really almost in a panic there for a moment.
Shea Fournier over the goal. China's been fortunate. A couple of these outside tries have hit the crossbar but gone out of play.
Yeah, well, the Chinese have gotten their hands on a lot of them, but still these shots have already start on a trajectory that places them in jeopardy from the start.
Sun Yat-ting wheeling inside, and a penalty.
Well, that was phenomenal. There's a point at which during that play that it looked as though that was going to be an easy turnover. She very subtly made the turn, and before you know it, she's earned an exclusion with 2 defenders on her.
And she'll leave the shooting to Zhao Zihan.
Left-handed shooter.
Yeah, so they have to reposition the refs here. Kelly McKee, the guilty party on the penalty. Getting Getting everyone lined up here. Now they're ready. And Gaudreau knocks it down. A penalty save for Canada and a huge stop. Things trending Canada's direction. They've scored the last 2 goals. Even when it looks like China's going to get an easy one, they come up with a save there.
Boy, that really changed things for both sides. Always a deflating thing to have one of your penalty shots blocked like that.
Right. Looking around, goes to Fournier. Clock to 3 seconds. And Fournier will dump it aside. And the ball back to Team China.
Yeah, intensity picking up on both sides, really. We can see it in front of the cage, obviously. And in transition.
Under 4 to play, first half, 2-2. Not anymore. Just a rope from the outside from Zhao Zihan, so she can't make the penalty, but she comes back with the perimeter score.
Such a good point. Yeah, she had that lined up beautifully.
Another look here, and nicely placed.
Yeah, the Chinese are pretty well known for running a zone here today. Not quite as active as they have been. A hard press, and they're depending on these defenders at 2 meters.
China excluded. Away from the ball, Sheng Jing. Timeout called by Canada as they trail 3-2. Canadians, prior to this upcoming play, 2 for 4 on the power play. China 2 for 3, and then of course the missed penalty.
2 for 4 on the power play with some pretty varied styles, starting 3 on top, 3 on the bottom, and we'll see how what they're coming up on this setup.
Expecting another big crowd today for Team USA and Australia in the gold medal final. Already a lot of folks filing in here.
Good crowd already. There's a pretty good section of both Chinese and Canadian fans in the area.
Alagbo. Here's Bakazi. Right. And a save. Yang Lin. China defense holds on that 6-on-5.
Yeah, they really compelled her to slide to her right, taking the angle away from her left-handed shot, and the keeper was there to make the save.
Liu Yiwen. Bakazi pressuring. A tussle at 2 meters between Alagbo and Chong Dun-Han.
Alagbo, the veteran and one of Chinese young up-and-comers.
Tough skip shot there. Bounces off the post. Canada right now 7 more shots on goal than China.
Yeah, just literally off the mark today.
Bakazi feeds Alagbo. Agins wasn't ready for it. She was wide open, and a save by Piang. She would have had all day to size up a look there.
She's going to regret that during film study, that she was wide open, but honestly was looking away, and maybe depending a bit too much on the very talented Alagbo.
On the other end, inside and an exclusion. And then a timeout called. Carmen Eggins is sent out with 2:05 to go in the first half, and a 3-2 lead for China and a chance for more.
Yeah, Chong Dun-Han has had 2 two occasions to set up. The first against Alagwa, the last possession, and she was really unable to get anything done against her, but against a very veteran player. This time, much more successful, earns the exclusion.
Canada coach David Paradello. Looks a bit like the guy who hosts Drunk History. I don't know if you watched that show at all on Comedy Central. I think Derek Waters is his name. I don't know if they are doppelgangers for each other.
Yeah, well, the question is if he's going to find that flattering or not.
I mean, okay. It's a very funny show.
Yeah.
It's popular.
I don't think he thought it was that funny when he got red carded the other day.
No, that was not something that he found
No.
humorous, I don't think. Out of the break, and China on the advantage here. Under 2 to play in the first half. Score it, precision passing, and then a laser from Sheng Jing.
All the left-handers on the Japanese side, actually, or Chinese side rather, sliding to their left, but still opening it up space on that side for this, really a laser.
Look at that, second try there. That first pass to the shot, everything's so crisp.
That's what we're looking for. We've seen, a couple of games beforehand where every pass has been contested, a little lack of precision. That's fun to watch.
4-2 lead. China again goes in front by 2. They had led 2-0 earlier in this match. And now a steal. Zhao Zihan getting in the passing lane. Able to step in front. And China threatening to go ahead 3 now. They go back into 2 meters, looking for the turn there. And ball under. The Canada defense holds.
Yeah, 3 defenders at that point.
Eggins. An ordinary call. She'll get a look here. Stays on her legs for a while, but they're saying too much of a delay before she took that shot after the ordinary. You got to pick it up and go.
She took long enough that I was finding myself asking, hey, wait a second, isn't that considered a fake, a hesitation? And so it was.
I got lost in her ability to stay up on her legs, so I was intrigued by that.
No shortage of that in this tournament.
23 seconds left. Another inside pass. This is a problem. It's a goal. Chong Jun-han. Once she made that catch cleanly, it was going to be trouble.
Yeah, once again, so effective at gaining position. And there, not only that, but also being able to step out and take this shot. One of the fun things about being at this tournament, obviously, we get a chance to talk to a lot of the young athletes, and no matter how many times a coach will tell them what is expected of them when they become a more mature player, it's something entirely different for them to watch the Australians, the Chinese warming up and realize, oh, their shoulders are out of the water the entire time. It's just something eye-opening for them.
So a 5-2 lead, now the largest of the game. China, no goal there for Alagwa. The ball now back to China. And now we'll bring an end to the first half, so a strong finish here to the second quarter from China. Canada had even the match at 2, and then 3 straight from Team China to pull into halftime ahead 5-2. We return with the third quarter right here live from Louisville, Texas.
You've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org. Third quarter underway in our third place game. James Smith of TotalWaterPolo.com. Greg Meskel here with you from Louisville in Texas. A little north of Dallas here. And a 5-2 lead for Team China. 3 straight goals to push ahead here in the second quarter, but Canada controls to open things up. That's Canada in the white, China in the blue hats. And a save there to start things off. China on the perimeter now. Ball near side. Sun Yat-ting working, turning, and drawing a penalty. Such a powerful turn, and then let go of the ball right at the end. And the call is in for a penalty.
China's center play has been really very good today. 1 5-meter penalty shot from the Chinese already blocked. We're going to see if another one.
It'll again be Zhao Zihan. She has one natural goal already, looking for, or one power play goal, I should say, looking for a penalty shot here after being blocked last time. And she's blocked again. I think Gaudreau took that one right off the face. So China here could easily be up 7-2 right now.
7-2, and now we'll see if in the next possession she just laces one from outside without having the advantage of the penalty throw, which she did last time.
We'll have to see if we can get a replay of that miss there. I want to see how Gaudreau actually blocked that one.
Well, she was making a little bit of a complaint. I'm not quite sure why. She may have felt she was interfered.
On the other end, Fournier is halted. You take away those two missed penalty shots, and this is the best China's looked all week. It's not even close.
Yeah, and the Canadians are not at their strongest today, I think it's fair to say.
Zhao Zihan.
What did we say?
I think you said, well, let's see if she comes down and does the same exact thing, and that's exactly what happened.
Coaches are looking for tendencies. Maybe we've got a pattern here. Go ahead. Perhaps we don't want to block that 5-meter shot. No, she just laces this from, sitting right in front of us, so that's 6 and it's 7 meters.
It's nicer than the other one. And a 6-2 lead. That's funny stuff. Zhao Zihan. The easy ones, no good. But the two difficult shots, she's on point.
But you're right. This is the best I think they've looked since you and I have been watching them.
Robinson, easy exclusion call there for the official. Wang Jinyang will leave. And a power play here for Canada. Eggins. Right, and save there. And Piang Lin doing a nice job here in the goal.
Very nice job. The Canadians, it really appeared to me that they had an opportunity to score early in that possession, but they chose not to do so.
China threatening now. Looking from the outside, and that's field blocked before it gets to the keeper. And Canada attacking now. Backhand and a beauty. They turn to Monica Eggins, and she wastes little time on the backhand.
Very experienced player, and it looked at that point she was basically saying, let me just take over this game. She goes backhand, and it could be argued she may have pushed off on that, but did not get that call and finishes.
.5:20 to play, third quarter, 6-3. China in front. They've left a couple of goals on the table. China threatening again from the outside. Zhao Zihan has been a sniper from the perimeter. Lob attempt from out high. Song Dong-Lun, that's well out of play.
The Chinese have been pretty effective, quite effective, just firing away. You almost feel like a lob shot at that point is a victory for the Canadian defense.
And now a contra foul on Canada, and China will regain possession. Ordinary called. And an exclusion goes against Katrina Monton. Power play here for China.
Once again,
far side.
Once again, center play really coming to the Chinese advantage of earning yet another exclusion.
Zhao Zihan, that one is deflected, and Gaudreau able to gather
Well, she can apparently not score when given that advantage. She has to be even up.
Needs to be harder, James. She does not like it if Trish Herbert's the goalie. 6 on 5.
7, 8 meters.
Yeah, better to have a difficult angle.
Yep.
On the other side, Eggins, no dice.
Boy, their shooting is really off form today on the Canadian side. The Chinese defense has been good, but it's hard to think that it's been so good as to prevent them from really placing these shots better.
3:40 to play in the third, 6-3, China have led for large stretches of this game. Shot clock about to expire here. Zhao Zihan, and that was deflected as well, so a catch for Gaudreau.
Almost dangerously so, it seemed like. The save ended up being pretty easy, but you could see that the deflection inside fooled the goalkeeper a bit.
Here's Logbo now in transition. Perot. Ordinary called. Eggins, no look into a Logbo, dealt back out McKee. That's off the post. Rebound right, and a new shot clock for Canada. Crevier now. Axel Crevier, that's off the post. Another long rebound for Canada, another shot clock.
Well, Kelly McKee just launched one, missed it hitting the post, but
Alagbo now, and she draws a penalty.
yeah, that's what they're looking for. And I was going to say, in the prior possession, Alagbo really had open shots center of the cage, and once again decided to give that up.
So Sheng Kong, the player committing the penalty, and it'll be Emma Wright to shoot the penalty. First penalty shot of the match here for Canada.
Another left-hander.
And Emma Wright delivers, and it's a 2-goal game.
Gives the fist pump because I think they just need that kind of enthusiasm on this side. They're really not firing on all the cylinders they're looking for today, and maybe this is a change of tempo.
And they need someone to get excited.
No secret, Alagbo is really the key to their offense, and we've seen it over and over again. But even she has not had her best game. Such good, quick hands, though, at a center. She's kicks the ball out when you don't expect her to.
Zhao Zihan being pressured by Alagbo. 2:20 to go in the third. 2-goal game. Third place on the line. Playing for a medal. Bronze medal opportunity here. Zhao Zihan, shot clock to 5. Alagbo pressuring to 2. Backhand. How that even came near the goal is impressive. It went high over the cage. And Canada starting to build some momentum here under 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, the Canadians have sent Alagbo really to shut her down at that position, and did it. And once you've forced her to do a backhand from 6 meters, then I think you've accomplished something.
McKee. Fournier, shot clock to 10 for Canada. That's a field block. A big hand, but Sun Yat-sen couldn't hang on. It comes to Perot. She's stuffed.
You know, almost every shot we see from the Canadians comes after some hesitation, after some faking. And you just wonder if one of these times they just catch and shoot it and see if they can get the goalkeeper to have her hands down.
On the other side, Gaudreau goes back into the net to tip that one out. McKee, now Alagbo has some room. Moving in, off the bar. Rebound tipped and controlled by China with under a minute to play. 6-4 lead for China.
Everything just off the mark for the Canadians, right? I mean, it's just it's just has not been their day today.
They've had a couple of close opportunities, as now China will call for time with 43 seconds to play. And a chance here for China to try and slow things down, as Canada has picked up steam as of late. Canada scored the last 2 goals. Keep in mind, China was ahead 6-2. Should have been at 8-2. They've missed 2 penalty shots that have been blocked. You follow that with 2 straight from Canada, and now you have yourself a very different game.
For all of our complaints, all of our observations about some of the well, in Canada in particular, really playing below their usual excellence. It's still a close, competitive, and entertaining game.
Out of the timeout, here's China. On their shot clock. They swing it around near side. Bad pass and a takeaway. Here's Bakazi. Canada controlling, and they can pull to within 1 at the end of this 3rd quarter. China falling apart here towards the end of the 3rd.
Canadians were fortunate, like Chinese rather, were fortunate to shut that counterattack down.
And then a steal, so China with an opportunity. Rather Canada, but they can't take advantage. China comes up with it, and Zhao Zihan will let time expire in the 3rd. So a back and forth finish to the 3rd. Canada rallying with 2 straight to make it a 2-goal game. It's a 6-4 lead for China. We come back with the 4th and final here in our 3rd place game, live from Louisville, Texas.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org. Fourth quarter on the way here from Louisville, Texas. James Smith, Greg Meskel here with you from the Louisville Westside Aquatic Center in Louisville, Texas. 3rd place on the line. It's been all China in this one, but Canada rallying as of late. Zhao Zihan has had a couple of beautiful goals from the outside.
Now she's drawing the attention of Canada's, among their most experienced players, Alogbo, defensively.
And the ball turns over back to Canada. In transition, a save. Right in front, almost tipped home. Alagbo just tried to volleyball bat it in.
Once again, great hands on her part. Almost finished that.
On the other end now, here's China. Chong Kong. Over the goalkeeper's head, a donut.
You know, that's what the Canadians wanted on the counterattack that just took place beforehand, was just to pick up, shoot, and score. And as a result of the miss that they had, they were counterattacked and a simple goal on the opposite end by the Chinese.
Going over the top of Gaudreau, an 7-4 lead for China now. Opening minute here of the fourth. Exclusion. Alagbo took a shot to the face. They're going to pull the ball out here. Might be time to fix Alagbo's suit, and that is the case. The exclusion goes against China and Song Dong Loon. One of our officials there, Mr. Orikasa, making sure that everything is all set before we resume play.
Yeah, the strikes to the head are have grabbed the attention of the referees.
Bakazi. Here's McKee, and now Alagbo. Around the perimeter, they work it. Here on the advantage. Emma Wright, nothing there. Knocked down Bakazi. Sides coming even now. Power play is over. Bakazi off the bar, long rebound. They've had a couple of these, and this time McKee controls. Alagbo now moving in. Right in front, beautiful pass and a score. Christine Robinson makes it a 2-goal game once more.
That's more like what the Canadians are looking for, though the Chinese are convinced that there was a foul on the interior offensively. Take a look. Yeah, they felt that the Chinese defender was being held unclear and does not get the call.
So 7-5 as Canada gets an important goal back as they try and rally here in the fourth. Trailing by 2 with a little over 6 minutes to play. Song Dong Loon handling. She'll take a look from out high. A few fakes and another field block there from Canada. So credit the perimeter defense here from Canada, knocking down a lot of those shots before they even reach the goal.
That's right, not so hard a press. Well, started with a hard press, then dropped into a little bit of gapping zone and were effective in keeping the Chinese from scoring.
Bakazi off the mark, puts that one too high. How about Christine Robinson still out there? She's been playing almost the entire game with 2 fouls. She picked up 2 in the first quarter.
Yeah, well,
here's a counter and a spinning backhand. High marks for showmanship, but that was maybe not the wisest play.
little drama at the expense of, I think, what was a much more safe thing to just gather the ball in and take one step toward the cage and put it away.
On the other end, a lob is saved. Give credit to Song Dong Loon for trying to make SportsCenter tonight, but Coach Azevedo unhappy with that attempt.
Yeah, enough so to call a timeout.
He's giving her a look like, how about next time we pick the ball up and shoot a regular style.
Ricardo's just telling her to do exactly what I said, which is the way it should be, I think.
That said, I would love to see a little bit more of that, a little more flair from the highlight side of things, provided that you're not hurting your team.
That's right. Look, there's the European school of thought, which is, at least among my Italian friends, was just, hey, stop being so predictable, because much of this game is predictable. It's really a matter of, are your techniques better than the other teams? Well, sometimes it's kind of good to just chuck one in from 12 meters because no one will expect it.
That's true.
That in that case, she had the easier shot. And so in that case, I don't think it was necessary to have quite that much flair. But it got us talking about it.
It did. There are no touchdown dances in the water polo, so we need something. China on the attack, out of the timeout. And on the perimeter, an exclusion. This will go on Dominique Perot. She's pulling down on Song Dong-Lun on the perimeter. So China with a chance to go back in front by 3 here on the power play.
Very compact here. We'll see if the Canadians can actually force them even more so.
Song Dong-Lun hitting from the outside. Couldn't make it on the counter, but she can hit on the power play. Her first and a 3-goal advantage.
I think it might be fair to say that if you talk to people here, they'll tell you the Canadian goalkeepers are a little less experienced than their counterparts, but it does just beg the question as to whether the Canadians can do something similar, that is just catch and shoot and get the goalkeeper out of balance.
Fournier. Here's Eggins. With 13 on the shot clock. Inside to a Logboat. Thought she might have had a backhand there. Instead goes back to Bakazi. That might have been a goal. That was close. Piang Lin saved it initially. It looked like it bounced into the cage. Tough to tell from our vantage point here.
You know, Logboat just started at the point, drove into that post-up position, and she's such a good distributor, but I think the Canadians are also expecting her to actually just turn and shoot.
See if we have a replay of that last save there in our next stoppage. From the outside, that's left. Under 4 to play in the fourth. An 8-5 lead here for China. Here's Bakazi, and now Eggins into a Logbo, looking to turn, and a penalty called.
Yeah, you could see that one coming. The Canadians really need to convert this. It's been hard to see, really, how they could consistently get score on the Chinese today. The Chinese defense has been quite good.
And that's off the post, so a chance now for Canada. And they can't convert on the penalty. No one wants to take these easy ones.
Yeah, what are we? Wow, these percentages are. Both coaches are not gonna are gonna have a bit of film analysis to see what's going on with these penalty throws.
Ball comes near side. China on the power play. Zhao Zihan. They swing it around the perimeter. Looking from the outside, under 3 to play. Another goal here could be backbreaking, and there it is. Zhao Zihan with a hat trick. On the 6-on-5, it's going to be tough for Canada to come back now. They trailed 9-5 after the third from Zhao Zihan, who could conceivably have 5. She's missed 2 penalty shots.
The Canadians really packed that in defensively, and the last possession sort of suggested it might be in their favor, but I'm not quite sure that's the way they want to do it.
So a timeout called here as they pass to the ref. Finally did sail over the ref's head. Thankfully it wasn't in our direction, James.
No, you missed it.
Under 3 to play. 2:50 to play. 9-5 the lead for China. And Canada coming out of the timeout. So worth noting, James, both teams have used their timeouts already here in the fourth, so it should be a relatively quick 2:48 here the rest of the way. Canada needs to come up with a string of goals, and it doesn't come right there. A save by Piang Lin, and that might be the beginning of the end here for Canada. Here's the outlet now, Zhao Zihan on the move. Zhao Zihan being pressured. China does not need to hurry here, holding a 4-goal lead. Sun Yat-ting working with a logbow there. Shot clock about to wind down here. It's down to 2, and they'll dump it aside. Gold medal final coming up next. Australia and Team USA. Stay with us for that one. And that'll be followed by our medal ceremony and awards. All right here on USA Water Polo TV. From the perimeter, bangs off the post, and that's been the story for Canada. How many of those have we seen? Maybe 5 or 6 that have been on target, but just off the bar or off the post.
All day, yeah.
$1:40 to play. Fourth quarter. 9-5, China in front. And now a steal here for Canada. Do they have any magic left? An exclusion here. This will help in transition. It'll go against Mei Shohan. Full head of steam. Perot gives off to right. Back to Perot. On the doorstep, stuffs it in.
Finally have the numbers on the counterattack to complete that, but Canadians no timeouts, a very good steal, and now a goalkeeping substitution on the Canadian side.
So Jessica Gaudreau goes out, and ice cold off the bench. Here comes Nicola Coulter-John. Thoughts on this change?
I wish I had thoughts on this change.
I have an out-to-the-box theory that maybe Coulter-John has a stronger arm and can perhaps throw from her own goal
now
if it comes to that, or they're going to use her as a defender here.
Field defender, pressing, yep.
So she maybe has experience playing in the field. Sun Yat-ting is saying, please throw it in the net, and they do. Zhao Zihan, goalie, came out, so that strategy did not pay off. That is the most animated we've seen Sun Yat-ting all week.
I didn't realize you spoke her language, but apparently that shrieking means throw the ball in the cage.
I do not speak it, but yes, I understand. I think we all...
It's universal.
We're figuring out when she's saying, hey, look at what is happening here. The goalkeeper is out.
So the real question is our new goalkeeper here so much more skilled at defending in the field? It's such an interesting substitution.
I'm sure Coulter-John is bummed because that goal is going to go on her ledger.
Right. Meanwhile, she's sitting out really almost at 6 meters.
Well, and so a little last-ditch effort there from Canada, but this one is decided. It'll be China winning bronze here in Louisville, Texas. Ahead 10-6 with 41 seconds to play.
Chinese were on their game today defensively, and then of course maybe not so much in front of the cage without during penalty throws, but in other shooting occasions they were very effective.
USA Australia to follow. It was Team USA with an 8-5 win yesterday. Here's a counter now. Bakazi on the steal ahead of the field, goes lob and off the bar once more. Rebound to Canada, but then China out to come up with the steal. Piang Lin comes up with it, and that'll do. 10 seconds to play, and they can spread this ball around. It was tied early on. Canada made a run, but too much. China on this day, their sharpest effort of the week, and it leads them to a bronze medal as China defeats Canada 10-6 here on the final day of competition in Louisville. Some final stats here. Zhao Zihan, 4 goals. She had a huge day. Piang Lin, 15 saves in net for Canada. 2 goals for Dominique Perrault in the loss and 11 saves for Jessica Gaudreau. Coming up next, USA and Australia, our gold medal match. Our medal presentation and awards will follow. But we'll sign off right now for James Smith and our crew. Greg Maskell saying come back and join us in about 10 minutes, USA and Australia.
Welcome everyone here to the Westside Aquatic Center for the gold medal match today between Team Australia and your Team USA. Wearing the dark caps on your left, Team Australia. Number 1, Lina Yanatas. Number 2, Gemma Beatsworth. Number 3, Hannah Buckley. Number 4, Holly Lincoln Smith. Number 5, Keisha Wilfers. Number 6, Bronte Halligan. Number 7, Roy Webster. Number 8, Lenora McGee. Number 9, Tony Arancini. Number 10, Ash Sutter. Number 11, Isabel Bishop. Number 12, Nicole Zagami. Number 13, Kelsey Wakefield. Head coach for Team Australia,